Hello everyone, this is Amrendra Sahu from mining department. I'm assistant professor, I'm working as assistant professor and I'm going to take this lecture regarding remote sensing. So what is remote sensing? So it consists of two words, remote and sensing. Remote means from a distance, from not near, actually from a distance, without actually having a physical contact. And sensing means gathering some information. So remote sensing as a whole, it means it is the acquisition of information about an object without making any physical contact. So we are not creating any physical contact, we are sensing it from a distance. Sensing means gathering of information or gathering of data. So a broader definition of remote sensing is that it is the science and art of obtaining information about an object area or a phenomenon through the analysis of data acquired by a device that is not in the contact with the object area or phenomenon under investigation. So we are not actually making any physical contact with the object. We are sensing it, we are gathering the information from a distance. So how far is remote sensing? How far? Is it a few centimeters? Is it a few meters? Or is it hundreds of kilometers? Or is it millions of kilometers? We will learn that in the forthcoming slides. So there are various components in remote sensing. So the first one is the source, which is the electromagnetic radiation, the source. In our case, the source is the sun. Sun is giving the various spectrums in the electromagnetic radiation. And then the second is the transmission medium through which the electromagnetic radiation is being transmitted or being traveling. And the third one is the target from which the electromagnetic radiation is interacting, then again reflecting back, then again it is traveling through the same medium, right? Then comes the receiver or the detector, or sometimes known as the sensor, which is detecting the information, sensing the information and analyzing it. Finally, the processing, the computer that is processing all the data, all the information and doing the analysis, and also the human factor, human analysis. So what is the resolution of remote sensing? So there are typically 4 types of resolution when it comes to remote sensing. We will discuss in the forthcoming slides. The first one is spatial resolution. The word spatial means related with space. Space is nothing but the distance or the size. So it is the measure of the smallest angular or linear separation between two objects that can be resolved by a sensor. But in this, it's a inversely proportional, the size is inversely proportional to the resolution. So the smaller the size of an object that can be detected by a sensor, the higher will be the resolution. For example, Landsat MSS or multispectral sensor has a resolution of 79 meters. But in case of SpotPan, it is 10 meters. So the 10 meter one will have a higher resolution, higher resolving capacity. So as you can see, in case of 10 meter spatial resolution, the clarity of the image is much higher compared to 20 meter and subsequently 80 meter spatial resolution. So the smaller the size of the resolving power, the higher will be the resolution. The second kind of resolution is the spectral resolution. The word spectral means the various spectrums that a sensor can cover. So it refers to the number and dimension of specific wavelengths intervals in the electromagnetic spectrum to which a remote sensing instrument is sensitive to. So in case of Landsat multispectral scanner, it has 4 different spectral wavelengths that it can sense. But in case of Landsat ETM, Enhanced Thematic Mapper, it can sense up to 7 different spectrums. So the Landsat ETM has a higher spectral resolution compared to Landsat MSS. The third kind of resolution is radiometric resolution. So what does the word radiometric mean? The word radiometric means different values of radiant flux or different values of illuminances inside a single spectrum. So it is defined as the sensitivity of a remote sensing detector to differences in the signal strength as it records the radiant flux reflected or emitted from the terrain. So in case of Landsat multispectral sensor, it has 6 bits. So it can identify 6 different levels of spectral radiance, and in case of ETM, it has 8 bits. So it can identify 8 different levels of radiant flux. Thank you.